because that's going to cause you to use more air than you need to use. And we want to stay underwater as long as we can, right? So we want to stay not overweighted, not underweighted, just a nice balance. So then D, swimming slowly and steadily. Yes, slow and steady wins the race. And then E, maintaining proper trim. We want our weights evenly dispersed around our body. So let's say we need, I don't know, 12 pounds of weight. We'll put a 3-pound weight here, one here, a third one here, the fourth one here. So we have that evenly dispersed so we're able to be horizontal in the water, not all of it here causing us to like hug the bottom, not all of it in the back to where we're laying on our back like a turtle. Okay, so we want it evenly dispersed to make it easy for us. So number 2, the answers would be B, D, and E. So number 3, during a dive, I can't stop shivering. The proper response would be,
should have worn a wetsuit.
okay, but aside from that, what would you do if you got it? Okay, you younger guys, who has a swimming pool in here? Okay, and say January, you're like, I want to go swimming, I want to go swimming. Even you older guys did the same thing. Can I get in the pool? Mom, Dad, can I get in the pool? No, the water's too cold. No, it's not. It's not cold. Yes, the water's too cold. No. Okay, fine, go swim. And then like 10 minutes later, your lips are all blue and you're all shivering.
This is fun.
This is fun. It's not cold. Okay. Same thing. You're cold, get out of the pool. Dry off, seek warmth. Common sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, exit the water immediately. Dry off and seek warmth. A. Common sense. So during a dive, number 4, during a dive, my buddy and I have to swim hard because of an unexpected current. If I begin to feel fatigued and have labored breathing and experience a feeling of suffocation and air starvation, and perhaps feel like I might panic, oh my goodness, what should I do?
Too bad you're already panicked.
Yeah, but to which one of those?
Pop too Valiant. Pop too Valiant.
Oh, my regulators in my mouth and they'll get wet. I don't know. So it's C, stop all activity, signal my buddy, and rest. So tell your buddy, stop. I'm tired. Okay? This is not an official one. This is mine. Yes, sir.
But the current's gonna take you away.
Yes, but better that than having a cardiac episode.
Yeah, let the water
I would
take
rather
you.
the current take me away than have a heart attack underwater because I'm pushing too hard.
All right.
Yeah? Okay, sorry.
End up in Australia.
But you'll be alive.
But you're
Right.
alive.
You might be in like
But Australia-
Jamaica instead of
Australia's
Cozumel,
not so
but
bad.
you'll be alive. You could be like Tom Hanks and just have a volleyball to be your friend. I think it was a soccer ball, volleyball, something.
Volleyball.
Okay, it was volleyball, right?
It was, yeah.
Wilson, thank you. All right, number 5. When planning our dive, my 2 buddies and I agreed that the general procedure for buddy separation would be adequate. If during the dive I find that I'm only with one buddy and the other buddy ditched us, what should we do? Anything? Quiet guy here?
I haven't looked at the answers.
Oh, okay.
I thought A.
Yeah, I'm thinking A, but then I was like,
That's what I was.
Bail and head back to the beach.
Yep, it would be A. It's called buddy separation, and you're gonna stay with the remaining buddy. Search for 1 minute, no longer, just 1 minute. And then you and your remaining buddy go to the top. Okay, go to the surface. Now the buddy that ditched you because something shiny got their attention, they should know that same rule, and you should reunite at the surface. Okay? Make sense? Yeah. Okay. Number 6, the buddy system is whose responsibility?
No one's.
No.
Nice.
It's yours. Yours.
My buddy, son, my
My buddy, wherever. All right, number 7, my buddy and I are planning a shore dive. We're descending onto a very gradual slope that begins at 15 feet. So our descent and ascent will be a gradual part of swimming out and back underwater. We have similar cylinders filled with 3,000 psi. I will tell you this, I'm going to just give you the answer to this. It is C. And the reason I will tell you the answer to this is because I don't want to bust out an abacus underwater to figure out, oh, where's my turn point, okay? Because really this actually has some math. What they want you to do is say, all right, I am having 500 psi in reserve, and then 300 psi for my safety stop, and then they want you to take that 800 away from your 3,000, and then take that number and divide it by 3.
Wait.
Carry the 1.
Exactly. So I don't want to bust out an abacus underwater. So what I will tell you is the rule of thirds. You have 3,000 pounds of air, 1,000 pounds out. So then when you get to 2,000 pounds of air, when it's 2,000 on your gauge, it's time to turn back, 1,000 back, and 1,000 in reserve. So you've got plenty in case you experience current on the way back. You've got plenty to do your safety stop. Or if you just want to putter around underneath the boat and look at the cool stuff there. And I don't have to do math. I kind of dig it. I don't want to have to do a lot of math. So, rule of thirds. A third out, a third back, a third in reserve. Does that make it easier? Everybody's like, sure.
Sounds good.
So 2,000 is when they should head back, which is.
Yes, 2,000 is when you should head back.
Give or take.
Whereas they're telling you 2,270.
Give or take.
Yeah, give or take.
And as long as you give. Okay.
And it shouldn't be less than that.
Right, there you go.
So a third, what's that rule again?
A third
Rule
out.
of
Third.
thirds.
A third in.
So you have 3,000 pounds of air, a third out,
Third out.
okay? Then then you're at 2,000 pounds. It's time to turn back, a third back, and a third in reserve. The rule of thirds.
Okay, all right, now I get it. I just,
I know.
no, the only, I mean, that's a third, and I'm not reading the question right because,
The question is confusing the way it's written.
yeah, because it's like, we're gonna go 2,270.
And if you do the
PSI
math, it's not
before you-
actually 2270. It's not. I think it's like 2268.
It's actually 2267 and a half.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you, 12. You will forever in my mind be 12 from now on.
And you will be 7.5.
I know. Exactly. Oh my goodness. I must ask, are you just really a math whiz, or are you like an educator, as in a
He's
math
both.
teacher?
The 2268.5 was a joke. I have a math degree, but.
It's like you can see the little numbers just clicking in your head. When I look at you, I'm like, yeah, God.
My
thank
wife
you,
says
sir.
I can see things clicking in your head. She's not sure they're numbers.
Okay, moving on. Oh boy, before I get myself in trouble. Number 8. So my fin strap comes loose. Later I discover I didn't buckle it properly. Whoops. While swimming at the surface in choppy waves. Which of the following habits would help me as I handle this problem?
Buckle it better.
There you go. It's actually all 3 of them. Having my mask on and my mouthpiece as my regulator in my mouth. Because that's going to keep my face from getting wet. Pardon?
Even on the surface.
Yeah.
Because you're under, you can breathe.
Yeah, you've got your regulator.
Yeah.
Good, you can breathe. But if you're at the surface, and what if a big swell comes?
Right.
So I have a story to go with that. I'll throw myself under the bus. So in Fiji, we were on a boat dive, and I needed to be one of the first people off the boat because my gear was at the end of the boat. So okay, and I don't talk at all, right? So I put defog in my mask, and I've got my mask, and everybody's like, chop chop, get off the boat. Okay, fine. I didn't have time to get to the mask bucket to rinse the defog out of my mask. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna put my mask on, I'm gonna put my regulator in, I'll do my giant stride, and I'll get in the water. And then when I'm there waiting for everybody else to get themselves off the boat, then I got time to take my mask off and clean it in the water. Cool. So I do that giant stride, take my mask off, regulator out, because I'm talking to people coming off the boat, you know, newer divers, stuff like that. And this 3-foot swell, mouth is open, eyes are open, looking at the water. Yeah, wasn't fun. They're like, huh, you're the instructor, huh? Great.
Is this the time
You
you were
about drowned.
sick?
Huh?
Is this the same trip you were sick?
No, I've been to Fiji.
Different Fiji trip.
I've done a lot of diving and I've made a lot of errors or a lot of learning moments. So yeah, that one,
How many times have you been to Fiji?
5. And we'll go again in June.
With us?
Huh?
We're all going in June?
Sure.
That'd be the super duper 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 activity.
There you go.
Take it the next
That's the
10
super duper
years.
duper.
Ryan's gonna
activity,
fly
yes.
us.
Yes.
But yeah, well, I'll be in Fiji in June. All right. So number 9, I'm about to begin a descent, meaning I'm still at the surface. I'm about to begin my descent with my buddy. Which of the following steps should I take before I actually descend, before I actually go underwater? Should I equalize my ears when I'm still at the surface?
No.
No.
If your ears aren't really equalized, you probably shouldn't be in the water.
That's a very good point, sir. All right, so
I would orient.
should I orient myself?
I would
There's the pier and there's the lighthouse. Yeah, actually you want to. And what's below me? Because when you come back, you kind of want to know, where am I? Where am I going?
Look at that
Yeah,
shot.
So,
in case you're
yep.
not by the boat.
B.
Where do I-
Check my computer, make sure it's active. That's good. It's good to know your computer's working.
Okay.
Yes, so definitely.
Laptop on the boat.
Confirm that my buddy's ready. Hey buddy, are you ready to go?
No.
Nope.
Bye.
Okay. So yep, definitely. And add air to my BCD. No, we're already at the surface. We're already puffed up. So we don't need
Take
to
it
add
out
any more.
to go down.
Yes, you'd need to take it out to go down. So it is B, C, and D. Okay? B, C, D. Haha, that's good.
So when you jump in,
Yes.
you're already got enough buoyancy? Or are you about neutral buoyancy?
No, I make sure I got plenty of air in my little jacket because I'm gonna jump
So
in.
you already added air
You're
before
positively
that.
So I've got air in it, okay?
It starts off with
I'm
air?
at the, well, we're at the surface right now. We're not on the boat. We're actually just floating at the surface, getting ready to descend.
Oh, you're in the water
Already in the water.
Oh, okay.
We're already in the water,
Okay.
okay? It makes more sense now, huh?
But when you're not in the water, you add a little bit, then you don't want to just start sinking.
Right, before I do my giant stride off the boat,
Yeah.
I do add air to my BCD.
Okay.
I wanna make sure that there's plenty of air in it, because then when I hop in the water, I'm gonna go underwater about 5 feet, and I'm gonna pop up like a cork.
That way you can go down slow. And
Right, and then I'll tell the boat that I'm okay, and then I'll get out of the way for other divers to get off the boat. And then we can all wait for each other, and we'll all descend as a group, just slowly, by just letting little spurts of air out of our BCD at a time. Don't just no, because we want to take time
Right.
to let our ears equalize. We don't want to mess that up. It hurts when your ears just. All right. Number 10, my buddies and I are wearing wetsuits for exposure protection. As we descend, our buoyancy will blank, so I blank to control my buoyancy.
Buoyancy will decrease.
Yep, your buoyancy
Release
will
air.
decrease.
You release air. Wait,
Well,
you're trying
my
to come-
buoyancy is gonna decrease. That means I'm gonna sink like a stone. So what might I have to do to compensate for that?
Oh, add air in small
Yeah,
amounts.
Hold on.
Mhm. So D or E. So a wetsuit is nothing more than a rubber suit with a bunch of bubbles in it. Remember from question 1, chapter 1, when we go down 33 feet, everything is compressed, right? By half. So as we go down, things compress. Neoprene compresses. So we're not gonna be as floaty as we are at the surface. It's also not gonna keep us as warm. But we're gonna have to add a little bit of air to our BC